Hey everybody, Dr. Rob here. Facebook Live, we're going to be talking about omega-3 fish oils. I've been lecturing all over the United States, and in the last month, so many people have asked me about omega-3s versus omega-6s. Doctors want to talk about the omega-3 versus the omega-6. So here it is. I put the whole pathway up. So do me a favor. This is vital information. Like it, comment, and share it. Tune in. It can be live, but we know we can do Memorex. Please share this with everybody. So many questions about omega-3s. So here we go. Polyunsaturated fats. There's two types of polyunsaturated fats. We have an omega-6, and we have an omega-3. Omega-6s are vegetable oil. By the way, there's no real such thing as vegetable oils. It's not like broccoli oil. It's a misnomer. Vegetable oils are more like a corn oil. Not all that good. Margarine, grains, and conventional meats. Now, what do we mean by conventional meats? Non-grass-fed meats, conventional meats, soy-based meats, not the grass. So the margarine poses an issue. Butter is now back in vogue. Margarine is what we call a trans fat, which is a different fat, extraordinarily deleterious to your overall health. I'm not a big proponent of a lot of omega-6s. A big takeaway is the typical American diet has approximately 24 omega-6 to 1 omega-3. So we're eating way too many. If you look at a traditional Japanese meal, it's almost like a 1-to-1 ratio. If you go to Alaska, where we have things like wild salmon, it's 1-to-1. In some instances that are fishermen, it's 1-to-9. So polyunsaturated fats mean that we have a couple poly, two unsaturated carbons. So let's break this down a little bit more. Omega-6, as we talked about, omega-3. Good examples of omega-3 at the top are flaxseed oil and chia seeds. Chia seeds, rocket ships for omega-3. Somebody must be asking right now, well, what about EPA and DHA? They are, without question, omega-3s. But they're at the bottom of this chart. Please make note. They're at the bottom of this chart. So let's again go to the top. We're starting out with polyunsaturated fatty acids, omega-6 versus omega-3s. They each drop down. The omega-6 drops down to a linoleic acid, whereas the omega-3 drops to an alpha linoleic acid. Different constitutions. Interestingly enough, to make the next conversion, both omega-6 and omega-3 are competing for the same enzyme. That enzyme is delta-6 desaturase. So right then and there, you have to stop and understand that if you're eating too many omega-6s, those omega-6s in large amount are consuming the enzyme that is needed to make the conversion of omega-3 and go down its conversion chart. That poses an issue. So delta-6 desaturase, interestingly enough, can also be blocked by insulin. So if you have high blood sugar, insulin is a hormone that comes out. It's also blocked by trans fatty acids. Trans fat, it is what it says. It's trans. It's what you see in margarine. It's what you see in donuts. And finally, alcohol and stress. So booze, it may taste good, but booze really isn't going to help you, and stress is without question hazardous to anyone's health. So that enzyme is stopped by any one of those aforementioned items. So if we were to get past here, we would also, or to get past here, we need something called a nutrient coenzyme. Those nutrient coenzymes are B3, B6, methylated, zinc, and magnesium. Magnesium is in the literature right now. I'm reading every day, and it's a reiteration of that every American, or the bulk of Americans, are magnesium deficient. So right now, we also found out with this magnesium deficiencies, we're getting a lot of muscle pains, we're getting a higher incidence of migraines, and we're not able to absorb our vitamin D. So most Americans are magnesium deficient. My recommendation is, of course, a magnesium supplement. So as an aside, the magnesium that I recommend, or the form that I recommend, is magnesium bisglycinate. Don't take your regular magnesium citrates, because if you take too much of magnesium citrate, you are without question going to turn into secretariat and need to go to the bathroom. So magnesium bisglycinate is your choice in magnesium. So if you're able to use your delta-6 desaturase, not have too high insulin, trans fats, alcohol, and stress, and you have your nutrient coenzymes, you're now able to go to the next step and get to what we call GLA under the omega-3 pathway, omega-6, And EPA, one of the fish oils. Guess what? To go to the next step, there's another enzymatic reaction that's needed to occur. Once again, omega-6 is competing with omega-3, and that enzymatic reaction is delta-5 desaturase. You also, to make that complete conversion, need nutrient coenzymes of ginger, turmeric, and boswellia. So what I'm saying is, to start at the top when you consume flaxseed and chia seeds, one, you're going to find out the conversion to EPA and DHA is not all that easy. It's actually only about 3.5 to 5% of flaxseed to chia seeds to go down. Our diet is very omega-6 laden, and key component for overall health, or one of the biggest, is EPA and DHA, because EPA and DHA turn into an anti-inflammatory pathway. They're also very positive for cell health, brain health, triglyceride levels, positive triglyceride levels mixed with exercise. EPA and DHA fish oils are great for body composition, whereas ARA is a shortening for arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid is some really bad stuff. It's almost like natural poison to your body. It is pro-inflammatory. So the takeaways here are real simple. Omega-3s, when you consume flaxseed and chia seeds, very positive for overall health, extremely positive for overall health. They do not convert to EPA and DHA. About 3.5 to 5% because of the needed enzymes and the needed nutrient coenzymes. Try and avoid your vegetable oils, your margarine, your corn, your grains, and your conventional meats. Eat your grass-fed meats. So another portion or another idea that I want to share with you is you want to supplement with EPA and DHA, because if you do that, you pick up the pathway right here, and that pathway does not need to be converted and goes into an anti-inflammatory pathway. So omega-3s clearly are positive. Omega-6s, for the most part, are not positive for health. I'd like everybody to write a comment right now, or a comment when they see this. I want to know who eats wild fish and who takes an omega-3 supplement. So please, I need everybody to comment on that. I want to see that. I try to make it a little quick, so if you would, Joanne, what kind of questions do we have today?
We've got a lot of questions.
Oh God, we have a plethora. That sounds great.
Okay, so first question. Where does hemp oil fit into this?
Fabulous question. Hemp oil comes to the top. So hemp is like flax and chia seed. They're rocket ships for omega-3. Hemp is really popular. Tastes good in the milk portion. It's great for your overall health. But hemp, once again, only converts to 3.5 to 5% to get to EPA and DHA. Flaxseed or flaxseed oil, another healthy type of nut or oil. The problem with flaxseed is the conversion. Flaxseed is great for cancer. Don't stop eating flax seeds. Don't stop eating chia seeds. We need this balance between omega-6 and omega-3. Just understand, because the conversion is so hard, it doesn't convert to EPA and DHA. They don't take the place of EPA and DHA. They work synergistically with EPA and DHA.
Second question, how does omega-3 compare with SPM?
Omega-3 comparing with SPMs. Great question. SPMs, specialized pro-resolving mediators. So if we were to go to this pathway right here, where EPA and DHA is, and split them, they would need to be able to convert to specialized pro-resolving mediators. The problem is, in most people, we call ourselves hosts, they don't convert to these specialized pro-resolving mediators. To me, when I speak about specialized pro-resolving mediators, the word that comes to mind is resolution, protection, and homeostasis. Specialized pro-resolving mediators allow for the resolution of inflammation, which is a critical element in the American population right now. We're all too inflamed. Inflammation is the leader towards many of our health concerns. In addition, I talked about protection. They also protect against muscle and nerve damage. And finally, SPMs allow for the homeostasis between the initiation and the resolution of inflammation. They're structurally different. Omega-3s do not have the same properties as SPM. You actually need to take omega-3s and SPMs together, and that's a great thing. And we carry SPMs here, and I recommend them to all my patients.
Next question, where does omega-3 fit into keto?
Great, because I know the last 2 weeks we've done the ketogenic diet. We've got a lot of great questions, shared some recipes. I'm a proponent that the ketogenic diet is something that we should all consider. The ketogenic diet has shown to be very positive for people that have brain health and any kind of blood sugar dysregulation. The omega-3s fit nicely in a funnel within the ketogenic diet. The issue with the omega-3s or the polyunsaturated fats is if you're eating omega-3s under the polyunsaturated fat bucket, it's a great choice. The problem is omega-6s are there. So in the ketogenic diet, we don't want any omega-6s. So there's 3 types of fats. There's saturated, there's monounsaturated, and there's polyunsaturated. A saturated fat is like coconut. A monounsaturated fat is like avocado. A polyunsaturated fats, we see the differentiation. So in a ketogenic diet, other than EPA, DHA, we consume more monounsaturated and saturated fats. So we really always want to avoid margarine, corn, grains, conventional meats, and any kind of these poor vegetable oils like safflower and sun oil. So it fits, but you want to stay on this side of the pathway. And we want to stay on what we would like to call the right side of the pathway.
So you talked about omega-3s. Are you saying that we should only take omega-3s and not omega-6?
Well, it's a great question. Omega-6 does some health properties. The problem is we eat it in overabundance in America. As I alluded to before, 24-1. We really want to have a 4-to-1 ratio, or in optimum would be a 1-to-1 ratio. So I don't want anybody to consume any more omega-6s in America. It's in everything that we eat, breads and the like. So we want to get it at 4-to-1 or 1-to-1 ratio between omega-6 and to omega-3. So let's avoid the omega-6 to omega-3. As far as the omega-3s, in EPA and DHA, I'm a big proponent of your wild fish. I always say eat smash fish. So let me tell you what SMASH is an acronym for. S, salmon. M, mackerel. A, anchovies. S, sardines. And H, herring. Those are great fishes. However, they're great fishes, but they're quite expensive. So therefore, I always believe to ensure that you get enough fish oils, EPA and DHA, you should supplement with those fish oils. Everybody should be taking a good quality omega-3 supplement. Now, when you do dollar for gram, it's like 20-to-1, $20 to $1 if you eat fish compared to supplement. Supplements don't take the place of food. They supplement to aid what food may be lacking or to help you get to a higher level. One more caveat. If you haven't taken any fish oil before, you need to take a certain amount to build up your cell membrane health and your overall health. And that's about 2 to 4 grams over a 3-month period.
Okay. And lastly, how can I get your recommended fish oils?
Somebody wants to get my recommended fish oils. I always make a mistake, so I did my handy dandy little business card. And first off, everybody can go to my website, drrobertsilverman.com. Or you can go to and just press link and you can shop, or you can go to rsilverman.metagenics.com, and my recommendation is Omegagenics, EPA, DHA, 720 by the 120 tabs, and you can consume 4 a day for the next month. And feel free to email me and I can give you some additional recommendations. Those are the ones that I consume every day. I'm a big proponent of making sure that all the fish oil supplements you take are what we call third-party certified. There's no lead, there's no mercury, there's nothing in there that would be toxic to anybody. Did we get any last second questions?
No.
Okay.
No last second questions.
Well, fabulous. So once again, guys, it's a lot of fun. Feel free to contact me during the week. We're going to be doing a lot of Facebook Lives. I'm going to be in Las Vegas at Parker on Thursday. On Friday, I'm going to be at the National Chiropractic Legislative Congress in D.C. And on Saturday, I'm going to be in Tampa talking the keto diet. I'm going to do a couple of Facebook Lives for everybody. I may have a couple of special guests. Thanks for your time. Please like, comment, share. Dr. Robbo is yours in health.